Hello busy professionals and entrepreneurs, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be answering the question that I received on Quora about personal branding and what are my 5 tips for establishing a professional personal brand. So the tip number 1 is authenticity. Be yourself, be authentic, embrace yourself. Think a little bit about it, who you are, what differentiates you from anybody else, and who you want to become. So for example, when it comes to me, I'll just share one specific fact about myself. I have survived a war which lasted for almost 4 years. It was the longest siege in the history of the modern world, and I was a teenager. That happened when I was 14 years old. So in between my 14th and 18th birthday. Now I'm talking about that because I'm embracing myself as I am. I am embracing that experience. Not so many people can say that about themselves. Not so many people lived through the war and lived through those kind of survival circumstances. Just imagine a life without electricity. Just imagine a day in your life without electricity. Imagine that silence. And imagine your life without water. Imagine your life without having enough of food. And now try to imagine how would that look like if it would last for almost 4 years. So embracing yourself as you are and being strong and courageous enough to share your own personal story is the first step in building your own personal brand. So why sharing your own personal story? That's because simply because people relate and connect to others more easily, and they understand them easily. They sympathize with them. They have empathy towards them if they are sharing their own personal story. And maybe they can even relate to that story. And since many of us are going through the similar kind of life experiences, let's say, for example, divorce. If you share your own personal story about, let's say, the difficulties that you have passed through while being a divorcee, let's say single parent, can you imagine there are so many other people who are divorced as well and who went through similar struggles as you did. So that will create a certain bond between you and them because they can understand you. They can relate to your story. And it can be anything else, any other experience that you went through in your life, some difficulties or obstacles that you overcame in your life, or failures. Now you're maybe a successful person, but you went through a lot of failures. People simply love hearing other people's stories about failures and how they overcame that. Again, in the first step about the authenticity, decide who you are and who you want to be and how you want others to perceive you. And think about it in the way what you can share with others that they could relate, that could make them relate to you and connect with you easily. Even if you are working in one company and then tomorrow you might not be working for that company, or you're working in one industry and tomorrow you might change another company, work in the same field of work in the same industry, or you might be working for another company in the other industry. What you will carry with you is your experience, but also you'll carry with you your own personal brand. So make that investment today and build your own strong personal brand, so that it becomes an investment you did during all this time. Because little by little you can do that, even with a little effort on a daily basis, and consistently you can achieve that. Now, the second step in building a strong personal brand, the first one was authenticity. The second one is so the first one is authenticity. It's basically knowing yourself, who you are, and presenting yourself as you are. And the second step is know who your targeted audience is. So if you want to put yourself out there, if you want to increase an online presence, and you do, if you want to build a personal brand, then know who your targeted audience is and where they are, where you can find them. So based on that, you will choose your platform where you will create and post content. Because at the end of the day, if you are a service provider, you want to be perceived as a thought leader in your industry. So what's thought leadership? It's simply sharing your thoughts, your opinion about your industry of work. So you'll share that in the form of content. Now, it really depends what type of content suits you better. It could be text posts, it could be video posts, it could be vlogging, it could be podcasts. Now, really, it depends on your own personality, and it really does depend on your targeted audience as well, because you want this content to reach your targeted audience. So, for example, the perfect social media platform for service-oriented professionals, for freelancers, consultants, coaches, for entrepreneurs who are service-oriented is LinkedIn. So start with creating an all-star LinkedIn profile. Start with optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Start building the trust and credibility. And because this platform is perfect for that, you can have skills endorsements, recommendations. You can even publish articles, your own articles. You can share articles that you wrote somewhere else. There's so many things that you can do in order to increase that trust and credibility, which is the one major thing in contact between you and your perfect client, and between you and your perfect collaboration, for example, and many other opportunities. So people first need to know who you are, they need to know what you do, they need to know how you help them, and what's your unique value proposition, what differentiates you from them or from anybody else, why they should do business with you. But if you have a strong LinkedIn profile, that will definitely help you break that first obstacle, because on that platform you are building your trust with your audience and credibility. By having an all-star LinkedIn profile and by having recommendations over there, you're already building credibility and connection with your potential clients, with your audience, with your potential collaborators. And then second thing is once you build credibility with your profile, is to create content, to start creating content. In this way, you will increase the visibility of your own personal brand, and then you will let people know who you are. They will be. It will be much easier for them to relate themselves to you, to know you better, and then once the need from their side arises about your services, you will be one of the first persons who they will remember to reach out to or to contact for the mentioned service. So step number one is authenticity. Step number two is know who your targeted audience is. Step number three is start creating content. Step number four is to increase the visibility. So you need to have a strategy in order to increase your visibility. If you have chosen LinkedIn as your major platform, and if you're a service-oriented professional or entrepreneur, you should. And then you must know how to increase your visibility. You must be known with the engagement strategy, growth strategy on LinkedIn. And you need to have a marketing strategy related to your online visibility, like what kind of PR you will do for your business, whether you will be a podcast guest, whether you will write articles, whether you would like to be invited for public speaking events or similar. Have a simply strategy related to that. Just in brief, this would be kind of 5 tips of how to start building your professional brand. Now we can go deeper into more details. Into more details related to each one of these steps, and I'll create a video on that as well. But basically, these are some of the major steps that you need to take on your road to success, on your road to building a strong personal brand. Because let's face the reality, we all already have a personal brand. If you have an online presence, any type of online presence, if you have a social media account of any type, then you already have online presence, you already have a personal brand. It's the way people perceive you, people around you perceive you. Even if you are a job seeker, they will search for you, they will search for your name on Google, and the number one platform that they will search for you even before they Google your name is LinkedIn. So you need to have a strong presence there. You need to define your personal brand and manage it. Manage your reputation. It's not just being present out there. You need to know how to guide your personal brand, how to manage it. Even once, if you're a job seeker and you find a job, all right, so that's not the end. Now you need to continue with that. You need to continue with that because the time will pass anyway, and you want to use this time wisely. So just take action. You might be looking for so many YouTube videos already, and you might have read so many articles about this topic. You might have talked to some personal branding strategists as well, but you haven't taken that first step. Take that first step. Nothing happens really if you don't take action. So take action. And if you'd like to learn more about it, watch some of my other videos, and don't hesitate to contact me directly. I always provide free strategy calls, and I'm always ready, glad to help. I am a philanthropist by nature, and I'm a great nature lover as well. So if you have liked this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit that ring bell button just in order to be notified when I release any of my other YouTube videos. And thank you very much for your attention. I hope this video has brought a lot of value to you, and please comment below if it is or if it isn't, or just share your opinion freely. It's a free country. And then also you can share in the comment what kind of topics would you like me to cover, or something else, something personal that you would like to know about me. I'm creating my own personal brand. I am not hiding anything from you.